Hello and welcome back. My name is Aaliyah. I help women break through mental clutter so that they can align with their highest and best self. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can get a notification every time I post a new video. Also, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section and just let me know who you are. I love to meet new people. I want to talk about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs because I feel like our beliefs are so important to us, right? They really shape who we are, our experiences. They tell us what we're capable of, and ultimately, our beliefs is creating our reality. And what's so interesting about our beliefs is that most of them don't even come from within us, right? These beliefs are given to us at birth from our parents and other people around us. And I also talk about this a lot, how we have these childhood programs that are running our lives, even when we are totally unaware of it. So I remember when I first started my own personal development journey, a lot of people was talking about negative thoughts, right? They were talking about negative thoughts, and I started wondering, like, what do negative thoughts and limiting beliefs like have in common? Well, basically, we all have our minds and they are made to think. And the thoughts that we think over and over and over again will become a belief because it's just repetitive. But in the case of a child, since they are more receptive to just taking in information, if most likely if an adult tells a child something, they'll believe it without really asking questions, depending on how old the child is. But an adult, on the other hand, they may need more proof. But once you tell yourself something inside your head over and over so many times, you will begin to believe it, whether it's true or not. So, quick story. Years ago, when I began to increase my level of awareness, I started noticing that I had little like patterns of negative thoughts that would pop up. They would just come up when I was in certain situations. For example, a long time ago, I started working for a hospital and I was there for about a month, right? And this was like a new position to me. It was in the finance department at a big hospital. And so, I was happy go lucky, whatever. I was excited to be there. But I was there for about a month and a job became available. And it was a better job than the job that I had, right? It would have been a promotion. It was within the department where I worked, right? And although I was very interested in the job, but all of these negative thoughts just began to come in like a rainfall of thoughts. And they were just all negative, right? I would tell myself, like, you're crazy. What are you thinking? You haven't even been on the job that long. You don't have the skills. You're not the right person. There's so many other people in the job who are more qualified. They've been there longer. And it just went on and on and on. And I would just be flooded with these thoughts like every day, right? But I knew like I really, really wanted the job. So I decided at that time I had already been doing like some mindset work. And like I said, I was working on increasing my level of awareness. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to give in to these negative thoughts. I'm not going to let it phase me. I'm just going to go ahead and apply. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is I'll just keep my same position. But, I'll just put it out there, let them know that I'm interested and see what happens, right? Um, Long story short, I ended up getting the promotion. After only being there a month, I got the job, I got the raise, and yes, about half of the department absolutely hated me. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the point is that if I would have listened to those negative thoughts, I would not have gotten the job. And so that's why it's so important to just see your negative thoughts for what they are, but move accordingly to your plan, okay? Don't let negative thoughts hold you back. So I know that we're all gonna have different thoughts, right, every day, and some will be negative. Let's just face it, right? That's just where we are, right? So you're gonna have a negative belief every once in a while, right? The negative belief will create a storyline. You may begin to identify with this specific storyline. The story is going to reinforce a belief. It could be a belief that you already had, or a belief that you will have after you keep replaying the story. And then once you have the belief, it's going to create these small little realities in your life that's going to just keep playing over and over again. So I came up with 3 ways that you can begin to overcome your limiting beliefs altogether. Trust me, they work because I have used them over and over again. So, the first thing that you can do to begin to overcome a limiting belief, and I cannot stress this enough, but you have to gain some level of awareness, right? Self awareness is going to be so important in beginning to overcome these limiting beliefs, because awareness is going to allow you to see the thought before it even happens, right? And this definitely comes with practice, because I have been practicing self awareness for more than a decade now. So now I'm able to see a thought in my mind before it even like kind of gets into my mind. I'm like, you know what? Here comes a negative thought, right? But in the beginning, it just really started with me just being less reactive, right? I would just stop and just get into my head and just see what's coming up, right? And if it was negative, I would just ask myself, like, why would you think that? But that was me really practicing on that level of self awareness, okay? So, number one, like I said, is develop some type of self awareness, okay? You can do this through exercise, meditative activities, and it doesn't have to necessarily be meditation, but a meditative situation or activity would be something like painting, if you like to paint, writing, drawing, cooking, even could be something, stargazing, just anything that kind of gets you more into your body and out of your mind, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is to question everything, okay? So, if you ever notice, like, you may have this voice running in your head constantly and it's responding to your outside world. So, something happens and then you get a thought in your mind, right? If the thought is a negative thought, if it's telling you something bad, if it's talking bad about somebody, if it's comparing two things together, if it's comparing you to someone else, start to question it and just stop and ask yourself, like, is it true? Why would I think that? Why would I do that? Like, why do I keep having these negative thoughts? Question everything in your head in the beginning, and that way you can start to see like areas that you may need improvement, okay? So that's number two, is to just start questioning everything. The third thing is to create a new belief. So the way that you get over a limiting belief is that you have to start creating new beliefs. These beliefs should be positive in nature because they will cancel out the beliefs that are holding you back in your life, okay? So creating a new belief will look something like, if you believe that you can't lose weight, and I'm just throwing this out there. Let's use me as an example. Let's say that I have a belief that says I can't lose weight because I can't work out. I can't lose weight because I can't look like that. I can't look like a model because I can't work out. Well, I would stop and ask myself, like, why can't you work out? I'm going to tell myself, I don't have time to work out. Like, I have kids, I have to work, and I have to cook and clean and blah, blah, blah. Then I would still question myself like, well, when can you make time to work out? Right? And just keep questioning yourself. And so once you get the answer to that question, let's say, still using me, I would say, when can you work out? Well, I guess I could wake up early before everyone else and maybe work out 30 minutes to an hour or whatever every day. And then boom, now I have my workout plan. So, and I replaced that limiting belief, right? The limiting belief that told me that I couldn't have a certain look because I couldn't work out. Now, whenever that comes up for me, I can just replace it and say, oh, I can look like that. I can get my body to look a certain way. I can work out because I can make time in the morning. It's just that simple, right? But it does take practice. First, you have to become aware that you're having a limiting thought that's holding you back from doing something that you really want to do. The next step is to question. You have to challenge yourself, okay? So question everything. The third thing is to replace your negative limiting belief with a more positive belief that is going to inspire you and motivate you to do the things that you really want to do. All right, so that is all that I have for today. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.